It was early morning on the coast of South Africa, the sun barely rising over the cold Atlantic waters, painting the waves gold. Ryan, a 20-year-old surfer, lived for these moments. The hush of dawn, the salt breeze, the quiet before the waves roared alive as he paddled out into the rolling blue, the cold water tingling against his skin. He felt the freedom that only the ocean could give. For a few moments, it was just him and the sea, the swell beneath him, and the rhythm of paddling as he chased the perfect wave. His laughter echoed as the wind rushed past him, salt spray on his face, the world a blur of blue and white. But beneath the beauty of the waves, a shadow moved. Before Ryan could react, the great white shark struck, its jaws clamping onto his leg with unimaginable force. He screamed, the sound lost in the wind and water as pain like fire shot through his body. Ryan caught the wave, rising onto his board, slicing through the water with effortless grace. Then it happened, and again with all the strength he could muster, blood clouding the water around him. In those moments, Ryan saw his life flash before him. His mother's smile, his father teaching him to swim, his little sister waving from the beach. He felt dizzy, the edges of his vision darkening, the cold of the water suddenly cutting to his bones. Out of nowhere, the water exploded beside him, a massive gray fin slicing through the wave. Ryan's strength began to fail, but he kept paddling, whispering to himself, "Not today, not like this." The shark thrashed, tearing into flesh, dragging him underwater. Instinct screamed for him to fight. Ryan punched at the shark's nose, hitting it again. Hands grabbed him, voices shouting, and everything became a blur as he was lifted onto a board and carried to safety. Suddenly, the shark released him, disappearing into the deep, leaving Ryan floating in a red tide of his own blood, gasping for air. Trembling, Ryan realized the reality. His leg was mangled, blood pouring out. But he wasn't ready to die. Ryan tied the leash of his surfboard tightly above the wound, trying to slow the bleeding. Every paddle back toward the shore was a fight against the searing pain. Every breath a struggle as the world spun around him. The beach looked impossibly far. Seagulls circled above. The waves seemed larger now. Every second felt like a lifetime. Finally, he felt the sand beneath his fingers. Surfers and lifeguards rushed toward him, faces pale as they saw the blood trailing behind him in the water. Ryan lost a part of his leg that day, but he survived. Lying in a hospital bed, the sound of the waves crashing outside, Ryan realized he had faced death in the eyes of the great white shark, and he had lived to tell the tale. The ocean still called to him, and he knew one day he would return, not as a victim, but as a survivor.